Hi, my name is Megan Grimes. I am 22 years old and I've had about 15 years of dressage experience. And I'm going to be giving a lesson to Junior and Noelle. Noelle is 19 years old and she's had about 7 years of dressage experience. This is Junior. He is an 18-year-old Swedish warm blood and he is schooled up to second level dressage. So they have already warmed up, so I'm just going to do a quick safety check. Alright, so today our lesson is going to be on leg yields to work on suppleness and improving connection. So Noelle, if you want to go on the rail and have a forward marching walk and just stay at a 20 meter for a minute. Okay. So to review, Noelle, for a leg yield, it's a forward but sideways movement with the horse flex the opposite direction of travel. And we're going to start with head to the wall leg yields. So when doing a head to the wall leg yield, it's important to remember that there's about a 25 to 35 degree angle off the rail. And you're going to keep the horse bent towards the rail. So just keep walking, have be a little bit more forward. And as you approach C, I want you to change the bend and cut the corner. And keep the angle as you approach the rail. Just ask for some hind leg crossing. So shorten your reins a little bit. Yep, cut the rail. Good. Yep, so a little bit more angle. Really good. Just keep them a little bit more forward, some angle. And when you get to E, you can go straight. Really nice though. Yep, and then go straight. And we'll come down the next long side and do this again. So you had some really good spots of leg crossing, and then sometimes he just lost his impulsion, so he couldn't cross because he wasn't going forward enough. So as you approach A, think about changing the bend and cutting your corner again. Good. Just get a little bit more angle. Yep, more angle. We need a little bit more. So think about half halting that left rein and really using that right leg. Yes, better. Good. And then you can go long. And when you get to C, we're going to transition to the trot. Good. And you'll go long, and we'll come up your second or your quarter line after A. And we're going to leg yield to the wall. Good, so let's get him a little bit more forward. Good. And then half halt a little bit in these turns. Yep, and slowly go over to the rail. Good. And we'll try that one more time down the quarter line. Just half halt in these turns as you're preparing. And just think about your shoulder and his shoulder looking at the rail and going there. Yep, and just be careful that the shoulder doesn't lead too much. And we'll come down the quarter line again. Good. So just half halt that right rein so that the hind end doesn't fall behind. Really nice. So let's come down the center line And I want you to leg yield to V. Good, so look at V. Just don't let the shoulders lead too much. Good. We'll go down the center line again. And this time you're gonna go to B. So you're gonna have to prepare a little bit earlier. Good, so half halt a little bit. Good. Come down the center line again, and this time you're gonna go to P. So you're gonna go straight. You're gonna change the bend and leg yield to P. Yep, a little bit more forward. Half halt that left rein so the shoulder doesn't lead. All right, and we're gonna do that again. It was a good leg yield. He went sideways, but he didn't really cross his hind legs as much. Good, so a little bit more forward, but then continuously half halt a little bit with that left rein. So go down the center line again, and this time I just want you to stay straight on the center line. Yep, straight the whole time. And you're gonna track left at A. And on this long side, when you get to P, I want you to transition to the walk. Good, forward. When you get to R, transition back to the trot. When you get to C, you're gonna transition to the canter. So really think about that bend, half halting. So just bring him back. Breathe a second. Feel as if you're gonna push his hind end out a little bit. So keep trotting. Go into a 15-meter circle. Yep. Keep going a little bit more forward. Relax a little bit more in your elbows. And in this 15-meter circle, I want you to leg yield out to the 20-meter. And when you hit the rail for a 20-meter circle, I want you to transition to the canter. Yep, so just think about consistently half halting so that he doesn't bulge his shoulder so much, but just give a little bit more in your elbows and follow some. Good, and go forward. Yep, and then we'll do one more 20-meter circle, and then you're gonna go long. Yep, and just keep pushing. Yep. And as for a little bit bigger canter, and then transition back to a working canter. And on a 20-meter circle here, transition back to the trot. And then transition to the walk. Keep the forward walk. And when you get to F, we're gonna do a long diagonal to H in a free walk. So in the free walk, really think about allowing him to stretch down, but still keep him forward and flowing through his back. And he'll have a nice swing in his hips. Good, and keep him forward and swing your hips with his. Good. At C, you're going to transition to the trot. So keep your seat still so that he doesn't start to anticipate. Good. And we're going to go long. And I want you to have a slightly shorter or smaller trot on this long side. So just think that your post regulates the trot. Yep, so just slightly smaller. And on the short side, go back to a working trot. And on the long side, you're going to go slightly smaller again. When you get past E, I want you to go a little bit bigger for a trot. And then on the short side, you'll go back to a working trot. Good. And just keep this working trot. And you're going to come down your quarter line past A and leg yield to the wall. So just think when you make each of your turns, half halting a little bit, but then using your leg to keep him forward and under your seat. Good. Leg yield to the wall. Good. And we'll come down the quarter line again. So we had some leg crossing, but we want a little bit more. Really nice. Really good leg crossing. Let's get him a little bit more, more forward. And we'll come down the center line. And I want you to leg yield to R. So you're gonna go straight. There you go. And just watch that shoulder. Keep half halting so he doesn't lead so much. He really likes to do that on this side. Good, much better. So we'll do that again. And you're gonna leg yield to P. So you're gonna go straight and go to P. Good. A little bit more forward, but then remember to consistently have that half halt ready. Good. And we'll go one more time down the center line, but this time you're gonna go to S. Good. Try to keep the head a little bit more straight. Good. A little bit more forward. We're going to come down the quarter line again. And I want you to leg yield to the center line. Yep. Good, and then stay on the center line. And you're still going to track left. Yep, and then go long. We're going to come down the center line again, and I want you to leg yield to V. V. Good, so let's try to get him just a little bit more forward. We'll come down the center line again, and this time, you're going to S. Good. So just remember not to have that shoulder lead too much so that the hind legs aren't getting left behind, and have a little bit more forward. And when you get to C, I want you to stay on this 20-meter circle and spiral into a 15-meter circle. And once you have this 15-meter circle, you're going to spiral back out to the 20. And as you're approaching the rail for the 20-meter circle, you're going to transition to the canter. Good, so maybe get a little bit more energy out of this trot. Good, really nice transition. And keep the 20-meter circle. Yep, ask for a little bit more energy. And you're gonna go long and ask for a little bit bigger canter. And then go back to the working canter at A. That's all right. Just slow the trot down again, rebalance, and ask again. And ask for the canter. Good. Really nice transition. I like how you kept your upper body back and you just kept your elbows flowing with him. So just go for one more 20-meter. And when you get back to A, you'll transition to the trot. Just keep him forward. Good. Good, and just stay on this 20-meter circle. And slowly let the reins go longer. And we're gonna go for a little bit of a stretchy trot, but just slowly give a little bit of rein. And just remember that your post controls the trot. And then you can transition to the walk. And post down to the walk. Good, really nice. And you can go on a long rein. So Noel and Junior had a pretty good lesson. We got a little bit better with our leg yields, and throughout the lesson, you could tell that he was really starting to cross a little bit more, and he was getting a little bit more supple throughout the lesson. We're still, if we were to do another lesson, we would work a little bit more on connection and getting him through his back, because he likes to hold a false frame, and we just want to see a little bit more throughness to get him really working off of his hind legs and through his hind end to really see him crossing more.